Today, I'll show you the alternate history behind the 2025 Wes Anderson film, The Phoenician Scheme. No spoilers, I won't be speaking about the plot of the film, but background details. Watch the film for yourself before watching my video. I watched The Phoenician Scheme when it came out in cinemas. It was a Saturday in Cork City, and I was meeting up with friends to view the end of year art exhibition of a friend of mine in the Fine Arts course at MTU. I'd arrived earlier than everyone else, so I spent the next hour or so watching this film in the cinema. It was great, but by the time that I finished, my friends had already arrived in Cork. I thought that they were still having lunch at Is Cafe, so I walked across the city to get there. And if you know anything about Cork City in recent years, every Saturday or so is the pro Palestine protest. That Saturday, there was, unfortunately, a Make Ireland Great Again, or MEGA, counter protest. There wasn't enough of them to be a real nuisance, but they did hurl racial abuse against me as I passed by. It was very fitting, given where the Phoenician scheme was set. The Phoenician scheme is set in an alternate history, and even an alternate geography version of the Levant in the 1950s. In the film, there are various slides, postcards, and newspaper clippings that build on the fictional post-colonial Phoenicia. Wes Anderson dedicates the film to his late father-in-law, Fuad Mikhail Malouf, a Lebanese businessman who, alongside with Jaja Gabor and Alexander Korda, inspired the main character of the film, Anatoly Jaja Korda. Jaja is a Hungarian diminutive, and Korda is a Hungarian surname, hinting that Jaja and the Korda family are Magyar. Wes Anderson has said in several interviews surrounding the film that his father-in-law's life, as a businessman and an engineer, is what inspired the Korda Land and Sea Phoenician infrastructure scheme of the film, the titular scheme. In the world of this film, countries such as the United States of America, England, Sweden, and Bohemia exist. However, when characters say Bohemian, they could easily also mean a socially unconventional artist, so it's likely Czechoslovakia still exists as it normally does. The map of Phoenicia, shown by the Americans, shows that not only are the political borders different, but the geography is completely unlike our world. Wes Anderson has dipped his toes not only into alternate history, but also into alternate geography, much like the Earth 98 scenario in Reddit. The alternate geography of the Kingdom of Lower Western Independent Phoenicia is a mix of Israel-Palestine, the Sinai, Jordan, and Lebanon, with the mountains that the Trans-Mountain Locomotive Tunnel is built through being a reference to the Cedar Mountains of Lebanon. And then, the Trans-Desert Inland Waterway is an outright equivalent to the Suez Canal, and with names such as Melchizedek, Jeroboam, Solomon, and Nebuchadnezzar being the Israel-Palestine contribution, as well as the accent given to Scarlett Johansson's character, Cousin Hilda, being Israeli. Cousin Hilda Sussman Korda in this movie represents Israelis and early Israeli settlements with their private utopian outpost. There's also the high Balkan flatlands at the start of the film, which is an oxymoron. The Balkans are named the way that they are because they're mountainous. There's nowhere in the real Balkans that could be considered a high flatland, meaning geography is different here as well. Phoenicia, as seen in the film, is a post-colonial nation. It's likely that after their equivalent of World War II, their colonial masters withdrew from the Middle East. But who were they colonized by? There are many Americans of Phoenicia, such as the Sacramento Consortium, likely from California, and the Newark Syndicate from Absary Park, most certainly from New Jersey. Still, there's also the Savarin Montrachet gang, led by Marseille Bob. Despite being named after Marseille in southern France, Savarin and Montrachet are places in Burgundy. I don't think America and France are the primary colonizers. The presence of Prince Farouk and King Hussein of Phoenicia mirrors the real-life kingdom of Egypt and the Hashemite kingdoms of Jordan, Iraq, and Hejaz. The Phoenician royal family are likely also Hashemite. Because of this, how the British Empire was the one that propped up the Hashemite dynasties in the Middle East, Phoenicia was likely also a British colony. Hints that support this include the signage of the country that is half in English, as well as, with Prince Farouk, Uncle Nubar, and Sergio the Communist Revolutionary having British accents, likely because they had a British education. But back again to Marseille Bob and Jaja's alias of Che Jaja, implying a French influence, which isn't surprising, considering the Lebanese inspiration. Finally, the Royal Majestic Imperial Calouste Korda Desert Oasis Palace was built by Jaja and Nubar's grandfather, Calouste. Calouste and Nubar are Armenian names, showing that the Kordas weren't just Hungarian, but also Armenian. Toward the end, when all the political players meet, a Catholic cardinal is in attendance, representing the Catholic Apostolic Church in Phoenicia, with Liesel's Swiss Mother Superior standing behind him, showing that, like the IRL Lebanon, this timeline's Phoenicia has a significant population of Christians. By 1950, the Kingdom of Phoenicia reached a boiling point between the various American businessmen, religious figures, communist revolutionaries, Arab royals, and various branches of the Korda oligarch family. In conclusion, Wes Anderson is a master of world building. He doesn't need to slow down his film for any long-winded exposition of his world's history, but lets the world speak for itself. Greetings, investors and co-conspirators. I'm Baa'el de Carcossa, your shepherd. I hope you enjoyed today's alternate history with me. If you like this, look at my other videos for what ifs and could have beens. My channel is still finding its block, so your support means everything. Leave a like, tap subscribe, and join the flock. Have a world you'd like to witness? Please leave your ideas in the comments down below. I'm always eager to spin new yarns with you. Until next time, saan, agasingat.